Well, hello, YouTubers and log lovers. We're uh, we're going to show you today around a little 12 by 16 cabin that we've been working on now for off and on over a month now. And this little project is a what we would refer to as a sleeping cabin, sort of an additional structure. Giving this particular family extra room for guests and that type of thing. These cabins are becoming, pretty quite popular these days. And so they gave me a call, and I designed a little cabin for them. And so we provided them the kit, the materials, brought everything in, and it was a effort with the customer and their family and myself and a crew member. And the first 4 days we put into it, we stacked all the logs. That was a 2-day effort to do that. First of all, we built a foundation. It's a wooden pier foundation. We have piers about 4 feet down the ground with a timber pressure treated floor joist system, and there's some pressure treated skirting around here, and so that will allow for that skirting to be removed, and even possibly moving the cabin in the future if it ever had to be moved. This particular cabin, we used a 7-inch log that is uniform in diameter but does have a draw knife finish, and that is an actual draw knife finish, not a machine draw knife finish. And to give a little additional room, we did this little bay window here, which really adds quite a bit of space inside there. So yeah, we've built the floor, set the logs in 2 days, and of course after by the end of the 4th day, we had the roof framed. And in this case, because we do have a pretty high snow load here, we used 4x10 Doug fir rafters, and looking up underneath there, the rafters sit, right on top of the log with rafter blocks in between. All the logs are assembled using timber screws. A heck of a lot easier than doing spikes, and so it was a lot of fun. I think the customers enjoyed themselves, and I had a lot of fun. So that was the first 4-day effort that we came out here and did all that. And then this weekend, well, actually I should say 5 days ago, we came out here and we did all the gable wall trim, set the windows. That's a casement window to provide egress access, in a case of somebody needs to get out and can't get out the front door. I worked with the customers and trained them to do a little bit of the log chinking here. Again, this was an effort to save them money and let them get involved in the project, which means a lot to a lot of people when they know that they got their hands on it and their sweat equity, and it's just a real sense of pride knowing that they got involved, and just a lot of fun for everybody. And so taking a kind of a look over here at this bay window here, I brought the bay window out as far as I could. The eaves are about 30 inches to give our logs a lot of protection from the sunlight and the weather. They still have a lot of areas to do some caulking and whatnot. All the corners have to be done still, and but that'll take time, and another weekend or two, and they can get that finished up. On this particular cabin, we did a standing seam metal roof, and we do have a lot of snow load up here, so that allows that snow to not accumulate as much on that roof. Now, some folks prefer to hold that snow so it doesn't slide off. In this case, we decided to go with the other. All the windows are vinyl insulated window. The flashing there is cut into the log and provides weather-tight seal. The gable walls up above are all finished with a 1x6 vertical pine and trimmed out with western red cedar. I'm going to go on inside now and take a little look in here. So today my efforts have been really primarily to do as much of the technical work as possible and leaving them the more simplified work that they can do on their own over time. So today I trimmed out this bay window here. That turned out pretty nice. And again, this bay window is built to allow for the settling of these logs, and so and that won't affect the operation of this window. And you can get a closer look here. This one has not been trimmed out, and you can see that we have a slotted buck here with timber screws with fender washers, an allowable area there for settling, as these logs will settle probably up to an inch at the most over time. So that'll all have to be insulated before this gets trimmed out. And so when they do trim it out, they'll use some 3/4 inch spacer blocks, and then 1x6 probably ripped down to do the inside of the jamb area, and then do the actual trim around the window, much like what you see here. And so it's a really nice look. Yesterday I did all the upper gable wall trim. I thought that was fairly technical in the sense that I could help them get that accomplished. And so again, they paid us to do a lot of the assisting them to assemble the kit, and we worked together to decide on what things they wanted me to do and what things they could do. So all in all, really works for everybody. There will be a ladder. The customer is going to build their own ladder, which is going to come down, from the loft here at a fairly steep pitch somewhere along this loft line, and there's going to be a railing across here. So essentially what you have here is a sleeping area up here. We're going to take a little peek up there. And we did not trim out this window because that was a fairly straightforward, simple thing to do, and I left that. They decided they would go ahead and do that. And so that sleeping area is, pretty good size. We have a headroom height of 6'3" from the loft. Sorry for the nasty looking finger. Up to the ridge beam is 6'3". There's quite a bit of room up there, considering this is a 12x16 little cabin. It's just under 200 square feet. So in a lot of jurisdictions, they do allow you to build up to 200 square feet. However, sleeping is another code issue that needs to be dealt with depending on your local jurisdiction. So anyway, we're real happy with the progress we made, and they've got a great little cabin here. We're going to enjoy it for many years. We build things to last for a lifetime, and just never have seen the value in cutting corners and so forth. It's you take your time, do it right the first time, and it's good for many years. So again, thank you for watching, and we'll keep you posted on more projects.